Every time you pass a camera, you're thinking about it identifying you, it running you against the database and saying, oh, John Doe is out getting coffee again.
You can imagine use of this data to unveil those kinds of very private aspects of someone's life without a good reason.
It does the same thing that if you could hire someone 24 hours a day to sit on a street corner and watch every car that went past and wrote the license number down. And it just put that in a book that you never used unless all of a sudden a crime happened.
This is a fusion center funded by the DHS. There's one in every state except for Wyoming. Here, federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies gather to pool resources and share intelligence.
They're able to sit and listen, and they can say, here's what's going on out of the Attorney General's office, and here's some things that we need to check on, or here's some information that we received.
Fusion centers use the latest surveillance and data mining technology to track, identify, and capture suspects.
Fusion centers tend to have excess military technology. They track cell phones, the automatic license plate readers, facial recognition, anything that helps a law enforcement agency.
Vocative went to the Fusion Center in West Virginia to get a closer look at this technology and how it's being used.
We've had a rape, we've had a murder, we have a missing child, we have a partial license plate number. Can you check that through the system to see if that license plate was in this area at that time?
These devices have become increasingly cheap and increasingly widely used by law enforcement across the country. These are collecting hundreds of millions of plate reads per week, per month, and aggregating them in immense databases.
This technology led to the capture of 2 fugitives responsible for the brutal murder of a couple in North Carolina.
The Campbells burned Dora and Jerome Faulkner's home and then took off in their truck.
A day, maybe a day and a half later, it went through the system down in Lewisburg. They ended up pulling the truck over and they found the 2 bodies in the back of the truck.
Systems like the ones used in West Virginia record and sort the license plate numbers of millions of citizens, raising obvious privacy concerns.
Knowing where you have driven your car over a long period of time can tell a lot of personal details about a person. It can show potentially when they stopped off at a doctor's office or a psychiatrist, if they pulled into an NRA office.
The West Virginia Fusion Center possesses and uses facial recognition technology. In its case, it leases software from a West Virginia company called Tigert.
They actually specifically wanted the ability to catalog and search vast quantities of archived video files to look for both known and unknown individuals.
But Tigert also makes technology that can identify people via a regular CCTV camera in real time.
Everybody walking by is actually scanned and compared against, let's say, a watch list of people with outstanding warrants or suspected gang members or who knows who else on this particular watch list.
Everyone refers to the Minority Report, if you've seen that movie, about how they use facial recognition and iris recognition, things like that. I actually think that is the way of the future.
The concern is if cameras are now tools of identification, at what point does that start chilling free speech? At what point do I start wondering, should I participate in this lawful First Amendment protected right to express my opinions, to gather in public?
Once we have these technologies in play, it gives the government the ability to do that at very low cost to themselves. They don't have to assign a team of agents to trail me. They can just flip on their ALPR system or deploy their networked cameras with facial recognition and then create a map essentially of everywhere I've gone. And they can even have access to that map in the future if they didn't suspect me at the time I was walking around. It's really a time machine effect that lets them collect all this sensitive information and look backwards in time to see what I was doing way back when, if they sometime in the future have a hunch about me.
AI-powered body cams give cops the power to Google everything they see. TSR has started its own in-house AI unit, laying the groundwork for police body cameras that record fully searchable video evidence. The police body camera industry is the latest to jump on the artificial intelligence bandwagon, bringing new powers and privacy concerns to a controversial technology bolstered by the need to hold police accountable after numerous high-profile killings of unarmed black citizens. Now, the tech is about to get smarter. Last week, TSR, the stun gun company that has recently become an industry leader in body-mounted cameras, announced the creation of its own in-house artificial intelligence division. The new unit will utilize the company's acquisition of two eye-focused firms, Dextro, a New York-based computer vision startup, and Misfit, another computer vision company previously owned by the watch manufacturer Fossil. TASER says the newly formed division will develop AI-powered tech specifically aimed at law enforcement, using automation and machine learning algorithms to let cops search for people and objects in video footage captured by on-body camera systems. Moreover, the move suggests that body-worn cameras, which are already being used by police departments in many major cities, could soon become powerful surveillance tools capable of identifying different objects, events, and people encountered by officers on the street, both retroactively and in real time. Mordoy study, police-worn body cameras increasingly recognize your facet. The idea is to use machine learning algorithms to streamline the process of combing through and redacting hours of video footage captured by police body cameras. Dextro has trained algorithms to scan video footage for different types of objects, like guns or toilets, as well as recognize events, like a foot chase or traffic stop. The result of all this tagging and classifying is that police will be able to use keywords to search through video footage just like they'd search for news articles on Google, allowing them to quickly redact footage and zoom in on the relevant elements. TASER predicts that in a year's time, their automation technology will reduce the total amount of time needed to redact faces from 1 hour of video footage from 8 to 1.5 hours. Screenshot 2017-02-15 at January 14, 2040. Dextro demonstration shows real-time classification of people and objects in video. Searchable video will also have major implications for civilian privacy, especially since there are no federal laws preventing police from trawling through databases to track people en masse. TASER has previously expressed interest in adding face recognition capabilities to its body camera systems. A Department of Justice study published last year also found that at least 9 different body camera manufacturers either currently support face recognition in their products or have the ability to add it later. And according to a recent Georgetown University law report, roughly half of all American adults have been entered into a law enforcement face recognition database, meaning there's decent chance that any random person walking down the street can be identified and tracked in secret by a camera-equipped cop. A TASER representative told Vocative that while Dextro's computer vision technology will allow TASER's law enforcement customers to detect faces for the purpose of redacting them from videos, it does not currently support face recognition. Mo Ramimo, New York called for face recognition cameras at bridges, tunnels. To clarify, Dextro's system offers computer vision techniques to identify faces and other objects for improving the efficiency of the redaction workflow. AI enables you to become more targeted when needed. Steve Tuttle, TASER's Vice President of Communications, he said. That means, he explained, that you can show where a face starts in a video to speed up a search, but that the technology doesn't identify individual faces or people. The company claims that its use of AI will be focused on efficient categorization, semantic understanding, and faster redaction of video footage as a method of reducing paperwork and enabling officers to focus on what matters. Using AI to optimize footage in this way is a logical next step for TASER, which has been positioning itself to become a one-stop shop for the capture, storage, and processing of video evidence by law enforcement agencies. The company's Axon body camera platform currently handles more than 5 petabytes of footage, captured by officers and stored in a proprietary cloud locker called Evidence.com. TASER has claimed that its platform prevents tampering with video evidence by logging every time a piece of footage is accessed. But critics have warned that such privately owned systems are ripe for abuse because police and prosecutors still have exclusive control over the footage, as well as the system that processes it. More a police body camera company is facing new scrutiny in the future, TASER CEO Rick Smith said in a live webcast Wednesday, The company wants to expand these capabilities into a kind of AI personal secretary for police officers. Such a system would fully automate the collection of data during police encounters, using live voice transcription and image analysis to feed relevant information back to the officer. Police officers are spending most of their time entering information into computers about their interactions in the field, Smith said during the webcast. We want to automate all of that. But privacy and police accountability advocates are wary of letting a for-profit company like Taser dictate so much about how high-tech policing works, especially when no restrictions are in place limiting when or how often video archives and face recognition databases can be searched. We're talking about a company making very far-reaching decisions about the use of emerging technologies in policing, Claire Garvey, an associate at Georgetown Law's Center on Privacy and Technology, told Vocative. It's really an open question right now what controls will be put in place at the public agency level,